Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. There have been many powerful, logical, cogent arguments made today, and so I hope my humble comments can just add a little bit. I would like to direct my comments to those Democratic advocates in our state who are questioning whether this is the right move for us to make, who are wondering whether this political effort to counter Texas is the appropriate thing. But I'd like to say to them, let's put this moment in national perspective. Let's put it in global perspective. Let's put it in historical perspective. And that is that there's always been a fundamental question. How do you transfer power? How do governments transfer power? And it can be done by violent brute force, or it can be done by democratic actions. And our founding fathers, to their great credit, and I wish there were mothers there also, right? They sent us down on a path where we transfer power peacefully by following certain democratic rules and norms as we move on. And following those rules has been essential for us as we move. But today, in the world, in this country and in the world, we have autocrats that are desperately trying to consolidate their power by weakening democracy, by changing the rules of the game. And so to my friends out there that are questioning whether this is the right move, I want to say autocrats are counting on you to stand by and say, you know, I like the old rules. I want to play by the old rules. I don't like the new rules. And they're counting on you to do that while they consolidate power with their new rules. And it's a false scenario to say that we can defeat that we can win by holding on to the old rules while somebody consolidates power. A few decades ago, Russians had a democracy, but Russians lost that democracy as autocrats and the oligarchs consolidated power. They only have to get enough to be at a tipping point. And now today, and I want to compliment my colleague across the aisle who admitted that what Texas is doing is wrong. I really admire that. But turning the other cheek is not the way to fight this particular situation. Russians turned the other cheek, and they no longer have the ability to fight back. Today, Texas is changing the rules in a way that weakens California's ability to have input on who controls the vast powers of the federal government. If Californians don't take this opportunity to block Texas's action, we come one step closer to losing our ability to block the autocrats and the oligarchs out there. We come one step closer to becoming a country dominated by those oligarchs. One step closer to letting intimidation and deceit and false outrage that's paid for by the oligarchs with media outlets that put daily false outrage that appeals and confuses the voters of the United States. And we come one step closer to that kind of society if we don't take this very important step to counter this. Because once you cross that critical threshold, you may never be able to go back to what we had. So to my dear friends that are out there that have contacted me and say, I don't know, I hope you will remember and keep in mind the historical moment that this is here today.
30 seconds.
Thank you very much. I'll cede my 30 seconds and respectfully ask for the aye vote on AC 8. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Members,